am I excited about this video. I'm Shelby, and today I will take you on a tour of my Eye of Sauron, an official server build in Conan Exiles. But here's the catch. Imagine this lady took to its habitation and design. So let's go ahead and get into character. Now for the tour. The Eye lords over my clan's main build, a major work in progress with videos to come prior to a major dismantling project. The Eye was built with the intention of creating a unique experience for adventurers playing on this official server. It was inspired by the Temple of the Gods building contest of 2021. I just couldn't resist creating more temple-themed builds, and this was quite the challenge. We'll start with the eastern portion of the tower at guest sign-in. Upon arrival, please check in with our imp attendant. Note that we are not responsible for any death or injury incurred upon touring this tower. While waiting for your friend with 50 followers to stop cramming the elevator, feel free to take a seat and relax. This next floor contains an intimate dining nook. The new placeables and Twitch drops really helped make this floor feel special. There is also a hidden radium gem torch in the wall with the elk trophy to help give the soft purple haze effect. I personally love flowers, so the rose bush in the crew bowl is a favorite. This is a personal dream luxury, having a nice cozy fireplace to cuddle up by after a nice meal. Grab a book, a glass of wine, and just relax. One of my favorite things to do in this game is play with lighting. These glow sticks help to change the atmosphere as you continue up the tower. This is one of 2 elevator platforms. It's possible to get to this floor via exterior ground level elevators. Hands down, this is one of my favorite views of the landscape. We are currently at a height of 18 stories. Definitely not for those with a fear of heights. To give some perspective, right now you are here. And at the base of the tower, you'll find public elevators that make it possible to get back to this platform. In the highly likely event of your death, the Eye is surrounded by battle standards at the base. Battle standards let you port home with all of your equipment, assuming you have PvP prompts accepted. I personally would recommend having this setting set by default. Now let's assume that went a different way. This awesome fire effect you'll see along the base comes from Aquilonian braziers and the floor below us, but more on that later. In the distance, you can see many watchtowers and a temple dedicated to Jabal Sog. In the event of soiled breaches from near-death experiences, let's head to the public restrooms, right this way through the kitchen down into the basement, where we have Sub-Zero from the Assassin's Keep working the kitchens with his imp boss. As promised, these are the Aquilonian braziers that provide the fire effect. Added benefit that they make for cool interior decor too. And here, we have an imp artisan, hard at work at all of my laborious decor needs. Seriously, he is underappreciated. This is an example of where my roleplay came into place. Does any barbarian in Conan Exiles really need a restroom? No. Is there any functional purpose for it for the actual gameplay? No. But would a high elf queen cater to your more private needs? Definitely yes. And here is an exit to the forest below. This is intentionally a partial stairway to prevent a point of entry during purges. Back to the kitchen to continue our ascent up the west side of the tower. No residence is complete without a game room. For those Monty Python fans, yes, I am in fact aware that that is not how the joke goes. It is your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. But I wanted a your mom joke. Next we have the study. This is legit logic I have had with myself. I really want to simplify this space and reduce my land claim. Okay, for this next bit, please do remember I am planning on dismantling the majority of this base. It's cool. I wanted a memory of it before I let it go. This is going to be one of the last collection of memories I'm gonna have of it. There are even pieces in the distance that are too far away to render. I will have a more complete video on that at a later date. Introducing the amazing Hoot Hoot, helping me with spectacular shots like this one. Just look at those moves. And now let's head back to the east side and ride one of these public elevators. Even with the fast elevator, it takes a total of 23 seconds to get to the top of the platform. Next to each ground elevator, there is a hatch ladder. This leads to a mini ledge platform for additional views. I am seriously nervous showing parts of this. The majority of the build was built prior to the major rule changes a little over a year and a half ago. It concerned me reading this. My YouTube journey started as a way of trying to preserve a memoir of what my clan and I have built together over the last 2.5 years. This really was a labor of love, primarily between my dad and I. I feel very fortunate to have had the time to learn how to make these videos and share them with you today. Now jumping to the southwest ledge, I want to note some of the builds you can see in the distance. This bird-themed build is the Hoot Hoot, which is part of the wall of towers, which are individual residences for clan members. The Cathedral Cafe serves all of the meal prep and food storage. These dome-inspired builds contain Wheels of Pain. And in the distance, there is the main build, which meets most of the clan's crafting and equipment needs. Now to transition to one of the tower tips on the northwestern side. In the distance is a heated bridge for crossing the frozen lake, and the temple dedicated to Jabal Sak. Lastly, the view from the northeastern ledge. To continue the tour, let's hop down the hatch ladder and head to the public elevator. On the eastern side, we have the war room. I like to think that grand plans are first discussed here. It gives me a perfect pinky in the brain moment. And now finally, my favorite part, a look from the top of the eye. Such a spectacular view of what my clan has built here. Work in progress, definitely. I would do things so completely different. Going forward, I will do my best to share the progress of this change or of a complete rebuild at a new location. So please do feel free to share your own projects or ideas that you think are inspirational. And now for funnies, I really like creating little photo ops where if somebody did happen to see the tower, they could take a little screenshot. As an Easter egg, there's an orb of Nurgle where someone could change their appearance if they wanted to. So, for example, I could change my height, make myself a big person, or I could stay hobbit size. Obviously, I'm gonna stick to hobbit size. And back up to the eye we go. So as a recap, we have the basement, which has the 2 latrines and the imp artisan. Then we have guest sign-in in the kitchen, dining in the game room, lounge in the study, with our elevator platforms that are easy to get to via the public elevators. And lastly, the war room and change room. And the giant beam of light comes from a Yogg temple. At the very tip of the Eye of Sauron, there is a throne fit for a boss. Command the surrounding area. It is such an exhilarating feeling. I'm entertaining the thought of dismantling the eye and starting over from scratch. If I do, I want to make a proper Eye of Sauron that gives the dark and eerie feel that a overlord would approve of. And this, a volcano, looks like the more appropriate location for such a project. It's been quite the adventure putting this together to be able to share it with you today. Admittedly, I've been trying to figure out how to record this particular build for well over a year. I felt like quite the director and had fun experimenting. But holy moly, was this a major effort. Nearly 40 gigs in recordings alone. Just blows my mind. So if you did enjoy this, it would mean a lot to me if you shared your feedback. Hearing from you all is one of my favorite parts of this process. Or if you're shy, hitting the like button helps me too. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Until next time.